Welcome to the morning meeting, everybody. Or should I say the whenever you decide to show up meeting.
I said the hip, hop, the hippie, hip, hip, hop, and you don't stop the rocket to the bang, bang, boogie, say, yup, yup, the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what the hell is to the twist, I'm ripping to the beat. I'm here, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. See, I am Wonder Man, and I'd like to say hello. I do the black, to the white, the red, and the blue, the purple, and yellow. But first I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie, say, yup, yup, the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie.
All right. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. All right. I was hanging out with my buddy Josh the other day. I don't know, a week ago or something. And he just out of nowhere went, all right. I didn't know what it was. And he didn't know what it was. He just said it. He's like, where did I hear that before? I'm like, that sounds exactly like the song that I play when the show starts. He's like, that's where I got it. So that's something. It's Brad. Hello. It's episode 132 of Writer Radio. It feels like 1,032 today. There are days when I'm like, how am I going to get all this stuff into 2 hours? And then there are three types of days. There's the regular day. There's like, I got a 2-hour show. I got 2 hours worth of stuff. Here we go. Then there's the, I've got 9 hours worth of stuff to put into 2 hours, and I can't do it. And then I come at you 100 miles an hour, and I try to squeeze everything in, and, you know, some of it works. And then there's today. I am exhausted. I've got nothing. I have nothing. You could turn off the show right now. You'll miss nothing. I'm just kidding about the turn off part. I'm not kidding. I'm lying, I guess, because what ends up happening is I think it's nothing, and then it ends up being great. But, man, I can't imagine being like a touring musician where they take a plane or a bus or whatever to a different city and they get like, just do it again. I don't know how you get through on a day when you just don't have it. I also don't understand what's going on. So I do the show in the basement and the microphone points kind of at me, but also kind of at the air conditioning unit. So if I don't speak, in my headphones anyway, I'm hearing like, are you hearing that? Hold on. Watch. I'm going to not speak. See what goes on there? So I have to block it with my head. There we go. If I block... all right. I'm going to try not speaking now. Hold on. Still there. Still a problem. All right. Turn the mic down a little, I guess. I don't know. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. How about this? Turn the mic up. Not volume-wise, but directionally. Up. There we go. Okay, that's better. It's not pointed at the AC. Took 31 shows at my house to figure out what to do to deal with the fact that I'm, 17 feet from the AC. And when it kicks on, it kicks on. Someone is typing to me in emojis. I don't know what you're saying. I see something, and then I see microphone on with the show. This is it. There's something. It's so small. It's 11 seconds ago. I don't know. All right, what's going on? It's Writer Radio. This is the kind of day where you're going to... I have a note sheet. It's called Writer Radio Links, and it's like stories I didn't get to. This is the kind of day where we get to the one... If you're a regular listener, and I think everyone here is, I mean, someone might be new, but generally speaking, we're getting the same people, I think. And you have to seek out the show. It's not like you just stumble across it. Like, oh, I was walking down the street and then Writer Radio came on, writerradio.com or writerradio.mixlr.com just popped on, and I thought it was pretty good. No, you have to find it. You have to find the show. You have to find it by way of me telling you about it. Like the guy I ran into yesterday who asked about the radio show. I was like, no more radio. Writerradio.com. He's like, oh, all right. I'll check it out. Like maybe he'll listen today. Maybe he's new. But generally speaking, we're getting the same people. We're adding to it a little bit at a time, but it's the same people listening, which is cool. I mean, everywhere I go, I run into someone who heard the show that day, which is great. We have to expand way, way, way beyond this little club that we've formed. But that's on me. I'm working on it. One of the things I'm working on, I didn't feel like grabbing the thing. I just turned my head away from the mic to clear my throat. One of the things I'm working on is getting the show, because I really believe the live aspect of this is cool for a handful of people, but it's a novelty. It's a gimmick, the live part. This is a podcast. If we're going to expand and grow and be massive, it's going to be the podcast version of it. It's not going to be people tuning in at 10 o'clock. I love that you're doing it. It's awesome. It makes me do the same thing at the same time every day. This is kind of for me, to force the issue. Because when it's just a podcast, like, I'll record it later. I'm going to go to the store now. I'll do it in an hour. I'll do it in 3 hours. I'll do it tomorrow. Like, it's very easy to do that. But when it's live, 10 a.m. every day, I got to force myself to function. And it is difficult right now, today, to function. Because I am old and played softball last night. And I have not played softball. We estimate on our way there. Let me take you through the ride to the softball game last night. So this is our baseball league is over. Baseball is done. The season has concluded. We're into getting ready for fall ball, which starts less than a month from now, but I don't know. I haven't made the schedule yet. That's on me. But for sure by the 22nd of August, we're playing again. The kids are playing again. I don't play. I stand there and watch. I talk. I manage. I tell kids what to do. We got a month, but we're off. But yesterday was basically coaches, members of the board, just adults that are around all the time. We're always watching. You know what? Kids, you watch us. We're playing today. And I think as a group in general, we did well to prove to the children that, yes, we know what we're talking about. All of us. Hey, have you noticed how every time a ball is hit, everyone moves? You notice that? You notice how the pitcher, for example, is always backing someone up? The ball goes to the outfield. The pitcher goes somewhere. He doesn't just stand there mad that the ball went to the outfield. You notice that? They didn't notice that. They're playing gaga ball, whatever the hell that is, most of them. But it went well. We had a tremendous turnout. It was super cool. Super cool, super fun. I'm in the car on the way there, and I was starting to say this. I could not have wanted to do anything less than go play softball last night. I'm driving. I've got my wife in the car. 2 of the kids are with us. And I just couldn't stop talking about how little I wanted to do what I was about to do. I've got other things in life to do. Most notably, get this show moving. We're in I don't want to say a holding pattern, but it's I'm doing the show. That was the first thing. When the radio show ended, I needed to continue the show, continue the momentum of the show, and I've done that. So from a professional standpoint, from a broadcaster standpoint, I've done what I needed to do, which is keep this thing flowing. We're there. But we're 32, today's 32 episodes into that, and I have not yet done all the stuff I need to do to make this work. Because you don't need a radio station to do a show anymore, that obviously. Podcasts are a thing. And that's what this is, except it's live. But I've been treating the live show like it's the whole show. It's not the whole show. The whole thing is to make this a podcast and make it available to everyone and promote it. And you have to have clips, and you have to have all different stuff. And I need advertisers and all this. There's a zillion things that need to be done with the show. But I had to keep the show going. So that was step one. And then baseball was crazy. And then it ended a couple days ago. And then yesterday, it's 5 o'clock. I'm in the car like we've been every day for the last several months to go to a baseball diamond. Except this time, it's not necessary. I'm a volunteer. I could just not work. I could not do that. I could sit home, and instead of 4 hours of being there, it could be 4 hours of being home and helping grow the show, grow the life that I'm trying to lead without working for anyone. This is my job now. I know this is just fun for everyone else. This is it. This is all I'm doing. I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm not going to, sweeten my resume and apply for jobs I'm not qualified for. I am qualified, but I'm just not doing that. I'm good at this. I'm convinced that I'm good at this, and this is the thing that I'm going to do. So it's just a matter of putting all the pieces together, like the business plan of this. And yesterday was a tremendous opportunity to spend the entire night working on the plan. I spent the afternoon after the show yesterday getting it ready, getting things resolved a little bit. You will know that we are fully running when you just go to writerradio.com and everything is there. Right now, it's like, go here for this, go here for that, check this out, download this, like this. It's a mess. And yesterday was a perfect chance to do that. And all of this was in my head as I'm driving to go play softball. I haven't played softball in, we estimate, 10 years. I played a lot of softball between college and my second child being born. We've got 3. But we estimated, my wife Carol said that she remembers bringing Nate, who's now 11, remembers bringing him to softball games in a stroller. And we remember that Zach, who is 2 years older than Nate, so was, 3 at the time, we remember him talking to Dan Sontag's daughter. Dan was on the softball team at the time too, talking to his daughter, about their favorite episode of some show. It was probably Paw Patrol or something. Like they had that in common. She's a couple years older than him. She's like grown. She's tall and like she plays softball, like travel softball. She's like a badass softball player. But Dan's daughter was at the time a little kid, and Zach was a couple years younger. And they went and got along well because they had a show. I'm guessing it was Paw Patrol. They had some show in common. And that was the first time I heard Zach, who was 3, I think, discussing his favorite episodes of Paw Patrol. And I remember that happening. So that's the last time I played softball. My now 6 foot and 1/2 inch, 201 pound officially. That happened yesterday. He went to the doctor. That's the size, 6 feet plus half an inch, and then 201 pounds. He's 13. Oh my God. Asked him she asked the doctor, my wife asked the doctor, when will he stop growing? And she said there's a lot left. Her guess is 6'6". I'm 6'3". He's going to be it. This would not be out of line with my parallel life to my good friend Chris Parker, the Bulldog, who is born 10 years before me, went to a high school in West Seneca, got married 10 years before me, had a son 10 years before me, had a second son 10 years before me. We just had a third one and threw the whole thing off. But the rest of it all is parallel. And then Chris is massive. Chris is probably 6'5". And then his son is probably 6'6" or 7". That's Owen. He was the ring bearer at my wedding. Zach is following in that track. It makes sense. Everything. All I have to do is look at what Chris does, and 10 years later, that's what happens to me. It's crazy. Why hasn't he been on the show? Why did I not call? I haven't even asked Chris to be on the show. I might, during the first little break that I take, whenever that is, and I play a song, I might just call Chris, see if he wants to come on. If any of you is listening and has Chris's number, have Chris call me right now. I would like to talk to Chris. I want to talk about how everything that he does happens to me 10 years later. It's crazy. I'm in the car on the way to softball last night complaining. I'm not a big complainer, despite what you may think of me. I don't know who you are or what you think, but I'm not big on complaining. I hate complainers. Just shut up. Just keep going. Everybody else is going through stuff too. Shut up. Is my general, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm not even going to try to think of it. Who cares? General concept. General mantra? Maybe mantra. Just shut up. Yeah, I know. It sucks. Oh, no. You have to deal with it. Yeah, I know. So does everybody else. Shut up. So I'm on the way there, and I'm like, there's nothing I want to do less than this. Baseball's over. I need time to work on my professional life, if you will. Because really, when the show ends, there's going to be some baseball thing I have to deal with. For sure. Yeah, right now, I have an email from a coach. I volunteered as a coach. I saw my roster and noticed that this kid is not on it. His dad is one of my assistant coaches, so I want to see if this is something that can be corrected. I wrote back, just seeing this now. I'll take care of it, but I can't look at it until afternoon today. I'll be in touch. It's that times 1,000 every day. Every day of my life is that. So last night, we do the thing that we've been doing for months, which is like hurry up and eat dinner to get in the car. Yell at people to brush their teeth. Where are your cleats? Like that's the whole concept. But the only one who needed cleats yesterday was me, and I don't want to play anymore. I like watching the games and talking about the games and coaching the games and helping people with the games. That's what I like to do. I didn't want to go. My parents were planning on coming. I sent them a text right before leaving. Like, please do not come to this. I'm in a perfect world, I was going to get there yesterday. There would be plenty of people playing. And I would set up the speakers and a microphone, and I would play music, and I would announce the people coming up to bat and just make it a fun party. I didn't want to play. And I got there, and I set up the speakers, and then they were like, are you in? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And so I was in, and we had 1 million people there to play. And it was overcrowded. We had like 18 people on one team and 17 on the other or something. Good turnout for our first one of these in a long time. First one I've ever been a part of where the coaches get to play. By the second inning, I was trying to negotiate in my mind how I have time to just join a league again. I love playing, and I don't even hate being the old guy. I did have to several times ask the children, and by children I mean 19 to 24-year-old kids who are like the sons of some of the coaches or the whatever it is. Like, hey guys, can you let the old fat guys pitch and you go play the outfield? Because I can't really run around very well at this age and weight. And eventually they let me, and things I forgot about. I'm decent as a softball pitcher. I forgot I used to pitch all the time. I haven't played in 10 years. I know I'm like talking in circles, but I was on 2 different teams, one like men's team and one co-ed team. And I almost exclusively pitched because I'm actually good at slow pitch softball pitching. I forgot. I totally forgot. But once I was forced into playing, put the cleats on, fine. All right. Who wants to pitch? Well, I'll pitch. And it took me about 4 pitches, I think, warming up. I was like, oh, yeah. I remember how to do this. And then I was good. I was good the rest of the night. People who were swinging and missing. And that's the deal with slow pitch softball. Like, you're just throwing a big fat ball to people who have a bat. So it's expected they're going to crush the ball. But if I can get each at bat, if I can get somebody to swing and miss once, I won. That's a victory. Swing and miss and have them just kind of look at me like, what'd you just do? I'm like, I don't know. And that happened a lot last night. So that's the big victory for me is I remembered that I'm a decent, not great, but decent slow pitch softball pitcher. So that was fun. None of the muscles in my body are working today the way that they worked yesterday, though. Like that's the negative. I said in the chat on the show yesterday, 60% chance. Let me see. Is that what I wrote? 60? Yeah. Last thing I wrote yesterday was 60% chance I'm doing tomorrow's show from a hospital. I did not end up in a hospital. I didn't hurt anything. I mean, I hurt everything a little bit. But I didn't go to a hospital. I didn't go to urgent care like Kyle. Kyle's the president of the league. And he does, we have a lot of people who do a lot of things for the league. he's the only one that I consider my equivalent. Like his brain is on Little League 100% of the time, just like mine is. And he played, and he was playing right field, and I would like him to describe it. I should get Kyle on the phone too. I don't know exactly what happened. I remember seeing it and thinking, oh no, Kyle. He was in right field. He went to make a play. It probably was in foul territory. I don't remember that either. I think it was. But he ran full speed into a fence, like trying to make the catch. And like not in an ugly way. Like it was like what an outfielder looks like when he runs into a fence trying to make a play. It was athletic. It was impressive. It was cool. And it was bloody because a fence at Southline, our Little League, is not like a padded wall. It's a chain link fence. And he ended up with this gash on his left shoulder that at first he just kind of brushed it off. He's tough. He's cool. He's not one of these little baby kids that cries when he flies out, pops out, strikes out, whatever. He's not that. He was tough. But at some point, like, we some of the women were playing. We have female coaches and board members and whatever. There were women playing. His wife was involved too. And at some point, he's like, Kyle, that doesn't look good. And then later, it's like, Kyle, we have to do something about that. He has this massive gash on his left arm, like on his arm up near his shoulder from running arm first into a fence. And he did, in fact, end up at urgent care. But he said, no stitches. And he is good. Bring on all the tetanus for the next 10 years, said Kyle. So I think he just went and got a tetanus shot, and he's okay. But my wife, who works for Kaleida and is, she's like the princess, the queen of sepsis. Sepsis is an infection that kills people that nobody seems to know much about. Nobody seems to remember to check for, but it just kills people. You get a cut, and then it gets infected, and then it gets in your blood, and then you're dead. And that's what my wife thinks. The way I think about baseball, she thinks about blood infections that kill you. She's a better person than I am, for sure. Like, by a lot. Better looking, too. It's great. Shorter, though. She's small. But Kyle went to urgent care and texted me to say, please tell Carol I went to urgent care. And I had to go upstairs, because I was down here doing baseball stuff. I had to go up there to tell her that Kyle went to urgent care, and then he eventually gave the update that he's okay. What was the point? The point is, so I didn't want to go at all. And by like the second inning, I started thinking about how I could work a slow pitch softball league into my life again. Because it was so fun. It's so fun to play. And it was so fun to hang out with people who understand. I know it's softball, not baseball, but who understand the game. Like, throw a pitch, ball gets hit to the outfield, and everybody moves. They move to the place they're supposed to move. This person's backing up this person. This person's going out for the cutoff. This person's got second. It all happens without having to tell 8 to 12-year-olds where to go. It was nice. It was real nice. But I'm real sore. I'm real tired. And for the tiny group of people that listen to this show live every day. We have more people listening on the podcast than live. But I feel like this is the club right here, which we need a name for. We need membership and all that stuff. But this is the club, and I'm doing this for you. If not for you people, today was not a day to do a show. I woke up at like 9:15. My alarm is set for 8:15. It's right next to me. It went off for an hour. I didn't notice or care. Like, I might have noticed and just rolled over. It just kept going bang, 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 bang for an hour before I was like, crap, I got to get up. And I'm here to not disappoint you. So if you're listening live right now, you are the reason this show exists. You really are. I think I started to tell the story that my parents were going to come to the game, and I texted them right before I left. Said, please don't come. I'm going to not play. If I can not play, I'm going to not play. And then I ended up playing, and I liked it, and I'm sorry that I told my parents not to come. But honest to God, I don't want people watching me. I like playing sports, but I don't like performing playing sports. I just want to play. So, like, even as a kid, I liked it better when people didn't show up. And I know there are like stories about people who are wounded by the fact that their kids didn't come to their parents didn't come to their baseball, basketball, football, hockey games. They were never there in the crowd. I don't want anybody in the crowd. I just want to go play. I want to be left alone. And nobody's ever understood that. Especially because, like, the radio thing, I like doing this. I will gladly perform into a microphone when you're not looking at me. I don't want people to look at me, ever. It's weird, right? But I convinced my parents not to go because I told them I was going to not play. If I could avoid playing, I would avoid playing. And I could not avoid playing, and I ended up playing, and it was super fun. It was awesome. We didn't just play, though. Let me throw this in there. We had a ton of people show up. We played a 9-inning softball game, and then picked teams again and played another 9-inning softball game. I was a participant in 18 innings of softball last night after not playing for approximately 10 years. I remember this more goes back to basketball tryouts, but also like my few attempts at, I'm going to start working out now. It's 2 days after you do the thing that you can't move. And I couldn't move today, and tomorrow's going to be so much worse. So much worse. I'm going to wake up dead tomorrow. Is that a Megadeth song? Wake Up Dead? Something like that. I'm going to be shot, but I most of the muscles in my body don't work right now. My brain is elsewhere. I'm a disaster. This is a bad radio show, but I'm doing it for you. If you tuned in, I'm doing it for you. I'm here because of you. You motivated me to turn on the microphone and play some music and jump in and start talking. So thanks, everybody. You did this. We're growing the show. I could have used yesterday evening. Oh, here's another part of it. So yesterday afternoon, do I want to explain all of this? This is very complicated, but the reality is live show fun, podcast moneymaker. Okay, that's the way it's got to be. The podcast is the way that it's going to go. So you're getting the live version, but what I need to do is take the live version and then turn it into a podcast, which I've been doing. There's like an automatic way to do it. The show ends, I hit this thing to upload it, and it's done. It's just there. But I'm not really promoting that it's there because I need to get... I'm not going to do the show without the music. I like the music. But the music makes it... It gets blocked when you put it on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. So there's all these like mechanisms that I have to put in place to make it get distributed in the way that I want it distributed. I want you to be able to use whatever you do to download a podcast. If you've never listened to a podcast, I don't mean you. But there are a zillion people like me who listen to podcasts more than they listen to radio. And I want my podcast to work like every other podcast and be available on Spotify and on Apple Music and on YouTube and on, I just have some random app that I've had since I got my phone called Podcast Addict. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's the one I use. And I subscribe to, 25 or 30 different podcasts. And when a new episode comes up, it pops in there and then I can download it or stream it or whatever. Like, I need to be in that world. But to be in that world, I need to get rid of the music. So to get rid of the music after the show ends, I need to sit and edit that out. And as of yesterday, I now have a new thing for when I am editing where I will... Hold on. Is this it? Yeah. I've got this thing that will play. Like, I cut out the songs and replace it with this. It's not going to work. Wait, there we go. Maybe now it'll work? Yeah. I replace that. Any song. Like, we hear Dance Yourself Clean by LCD Sound System, and it gets replaced by this. No? Why isn't this... This is weird. Come on. All right. Anyway, it just says, it's like 6 seconds long. It says, this portion of the show has been deleted for the podcast version. If you want to hear everything, please tune in live at writerradio.com every Monday through Friday at 10 or something. I can't get it to play right now. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. So I put all that, I did that yesterday for the first time. I edited out all the music and put that in so that I could feed it into all these systems. And I still got blocked on YouTube. And I don't know why. I don't know what I did. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I forgot to take out a Billy Joel song or something. We spent a lot of time on Billy Joel yesterday. Maybe that's what I did. All right. I've been... This is so stupid, but I share with you. I tell you all the inside stuff. I typically do the show facing the computer. Today, I've got my head turned away from it because I'm trying to block the air conditioner. It's really in my head and annoying hearing the AC and the noise on the mic. So I'm using my giant head to block the AC. It's working tremendously, but it's also leading me to not look at my computer screen. So I don't know what time it is. And I just looked for a second and saw I've got a bunch of stuff in the chat. So I'm going to read the stuff in the chat, and then we're going to play a song, and then we'll get on with our lives. Maybe I'll talk to Kyle. Who did I say? I want to talk to Kyle? Oh, and Chris Parker. We'll see what happens. All right. A lot of stuff in the chat. All right. Looking forward to highlights and lowlights. Oh, yeah, I wrote, no hospital, I'm broken, but alive and well. I put well in quotes. All right, moving from there. Looking forward to the highlights/lowlights. We're getting some. R.I.P. number 23, Ryan Sandberg. We will get to Ryan Sandberg dying. Why does everyone keep dying? Then we got playoffs from Arbo. That's about the Niagara Falls Americans. That's today. We got happy 85th? What? What's 81st? Damn it. Happy 85th birthday, Bugs Bunny. I've got that story ready. All these things you're saying, I'm ready to go on. I've got a Ryan Sandberg story open. I've got a Bugs Bunny story open. Niagara Falls baseball update. Niagara Falls Americans versus Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 6:30 p.m. first pitch. Catch all the action on Jamestown or Niagara Falls YouTube channel. Okay. Thank you, Arbo. On with the show. This is it. That's me. I see you, Erman. Nice work. What did Erman say? Erman said, the Ryan Sandberg. Yeah. Not Erman. Mom. Probably ER Mom. I don't know who ER Mom is, but my guess is you are a nurse who saves lives or a doctor who saves lives. Something like that. That's my guess. Or it could just be somebody. Mom? Could be that. I see what you did there. Any self-respecting Bugs Bunny fan would. I'm missing something. I'm missing something in here. I think ER Mom did something fun that I don't get. All right. Oh, I was talking about we need fans and we need like a name. So there's some suggestions in here. Brad's Lads. No. Brad's Lads. Writers Fighters. Writers Fighters with a PH like fish. No. The Bratty Bunch. I don't like any of that. I appreciate the effort, but I hate it all. Somebody laughed at me calling my wife Princess Sepsis. Because that's wrong, because she's queen. She's an adult, not a little child. But she'll make sure that Kyle doesn't die from hitting his arm on a fence, running full speed, playing in a softball game that didn't need to exist. Big Dave says, way to get back out there. Nice job. Got back on the rugby field and realized pretty quickly why I retired. Yeah. Dave's got a 74 in his name, so I'm going to assume Dave is 50 like I am. Or 51. I'm not, but I will be. Yeah, you don't need to play rugby anymore, Dave. And I don't need to play softball, but it was fun. It's so fun. I hit one. I probably batted 7 times, 8 times, something like that. First time, stupid ground out. Next time, stupid single. Just like little ground ball single, nothing. And then late, I grabbed somebody else, a different bat. There were a lot of home runs hit, a lot of balls hit into the parking lot last night. I did not hit one. But I've never been a massive hitter. I'm more of a pitcher and thinker of the game. But I hit one yesterday, my second to last at bat, that I thought was gone. First, I thought it was gone. And then I thought, minimally, it's over the outfielder's head, and this is going to be a double. And then as I was rounding first, I heard people cheering and booing, and not booing, but because it was caught. And I would like a replay of that. We didn't have Game Changer on, so I didn't get a chance to see it again. I would like to know, would the ball have cleared the fence had it not been caught? My guess is no. My guess is it would have hit the fence on the fly. It was probably would have been 3 feet off the ground and hit the fence. But it was caught, and I was out. And then the next time I came up, I actually did hit one over the outfielder's head that was a double. So I had a couple of good hits, a lot of good pitching, made a couple plays in the field. I had one grounder to pitcher where I threw the ball in the dirt. But other than that, I didn't embarrass myself at all. All my throws were good. I caught a rocket at my face. I don't know. I probably made 6 or 7. The last play of the game was a grounder to me at second, and I made the play. So I probably made, I would guess there were 8 balls hit at me. Let's just use 8s. My at-bats, I never swung and missed, which is cool. I had a stupid grounder single. I had a good double. I had a good fly out. I had a thing that I thought was between third and left, and the third baseman made a great play because he's like 22, and I'm 50, and whatever. Hitting was fine. Pitching was good. And fielding was good aside from one throw in the dirt where I screwed up. But I was 7 out of 8 on balls hit to me. Hit the ball every time. Hard a few times. Pitching was good. All my muscles are hurt. Everything is bad. Didn't end up in the hospital. All in all, a good day. Oh, we didn't just play 9. We played a 9-inning game and then picked new teams and played another 9-inning game. I played 18. I haven't played in 10 years. I played 18 innings of softball yesterday. And then I'm here performing for you people now. So you should be proud of me. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to get up. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to drink some water. I wish I had some Gatorade or Pedialyte or something. All I have is unsweetened iced tea and water. But I'm going to go with that. I'm going to hydrate a little bit. Am I righty or lefty? I'm a righty. I'm right-handed. Righter. Not Brad Lefter. I'm Brad Righter. Come on, largemouth bass. Why won't this thing play? I don't understand what's going on here. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to play a song, which will be great. This is going to be a great song. I don't know what it is. Oh, man, I had a bunch of stuff loaded up. It all went away. So you get the dead. Sorry.
From the 4 corners of the world, it's the Smurfs like you've never seen them before in an all-new Smurf movie.
Smurf-a-Rudy!
Smurf Quest, coming Saturday morning.
Tuesday, a 2-hour movie, Going Ape. A hilarious comedy that'll drive you bananas. Tony Danza, Jessica Walter, and Danny DeVito are Going Ape Tuesday.
Yesterday afternoon, Bill and I tuned in early for the Olympics, and we saw Santa Barbara. Well, I thought I knew what soap operas were all about, but this was something else. I mean, it was sexy, funny, suspenseful, real, exciting. Not what I expected. Not what Bill expected either. Right, Bill?
Santa Barbara, it's something else.
Earth to Bill.
Hello, Fukada-san here with very interesting cooking tip. Did you know real lemon made from real fresh lemons? Oh yes, real lemon tastes just like real fresh lemons. Very good, very easy to use. You can use real lemon wherever you use fresh lemons. In cooking and baking, or many places. Can even use to make nice lemon pie. That's lemon. Yes, lemon. Try real lemon wherever you use fresh lemons.
You don't need a crystal ball to know that a guaranteed $1,000 a month for life would let you enjoy some of the things you've always wanted to do. Buy a Cash for Life lottery ticket. You could win $1,500 or $250 a month for life, or one of more than 16,000 cash prizes. For $2, you get a chance for a lifetime of security.
The Cash for Life Lottery.
Support the Ontario Association for the Mentally Retarded and win for life.
Hey, me fellas, look here. Seagulls, golden wine cooler, seagulls, golden wine cooler, it's wet and it's dry. Golden wine cooler, my, golden wine cooler, me and the boys, love all the time. Golden wine cooler, it's wet and it's dry. Golden wine cooler.
It's Slinky, for fun it's a wonderful toy. What walks downstairs alone or in pairs and makes a slinkity sound. A spring, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's Slinky. It's Slinky, for fun it's a wonderful toy. It's fun for a girl and a boy. It's fun for a girl and a boy.
And a Slinky in a size and color you like, in metal or plastic.
Enjoy extra sugar-free gum.
You get extra flavor, extra fun in extra sugar-free gum.
Extra, the only leading sugar-free gum with NutraSweet, gives you extra refreshing flavor that lasts an extra long time.
Extra flavor for that extra long ride. Extra flavor for that extra long ride. When you chew it extra, the extra fresh flavor lasts an extra long time.
Extra lasts extra long.
Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Oh yeah, come shop with us. I said flea market, Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Hey hey, living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. We got it. It's just like a mini mall.
Can't we all just get along?
At the Red House Furniture,
we can.
At the Red House.
I'm Richard, a.k.a. Big Head. I work at the Red House and I'm black.
At the Red
I like pumping iron and pumping furniture into people's homes.
I'm Johnny, a.k.a. T-Engage. I work at the Red House and I'm white. I like deer hunting, bass fishing, and extending credit to all people.
At the Red House.
I'm black and I love the Red House.
I'm white and I love the Red House.
I'm a black woman and I love the Red House.
I am white and the Red House is for me.
At the Red House.
Look at the sofa. It's perfect for a black person or a white person.
This mattress is perfect for a white person or a black person.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people too.
And all people.
Good job. Yeah.
Enough of the commercials. We're back. We're back and live. It's episode 132 of Writer Radio. I don't know that I've had less to give in the first 31 episodes than I do today. I've got stuff. There's stuff to discuss. Ryan Sandberg died. That sucks. I'm tired of everybody dying every day. The show, literally, the show could be, let's talk about who died yesterday. Honestly, that might be a money-making podcast idea, now that I think about it. Just nothing. Obituary, the podcast, is not a terrible idea. It is less fun than what I'm doing right now. I'm throwing that out there. Somebody remind me of this because I'm saying this and I'm gonna forget about it. But as far as like that's a thing. Maybe it exists. All right, let's see what's going on. I'm gonna Google this. This is where I would play Jay-Z, but I'm now trying to make it so that my shows don't get demonetized. So I'm not gonna play anything, but I'm going to Google Obituary the podcast. Obituary podcast. There's a thing called Obituary, based on the popular podcast Obituary, the Big Hot Book of Death. No, not that. Obituary. No, nothing. Okay. Let me try just Obit podcast. This might be a thing. Nope. No, this is stupid. They read obituaries. No, what I'm talking about is you do a show. I'm thinking out loud right now. Somebody who's listening, who's in my inner circle that texts me, remind me of this idea. This is the one. This is the thing. The Obituary Podcast. We do all the same stuff that we do, but we call it the Obituary Podcast. And if a celebrity dies, we're talking about them the next day. That's a thing. That's a thing right there. All of my little note takers, all of my friends who text me during the show about things that are good ideas and bad ideas, and you should do this on the show. And I'm talking to some of our guests. I'm talking to Josh. Mostly I'm talking to Josh. Write this down. Bring it back to me. Obituary Podcast. Same show, but become known for being the Obit Podcast. First thing we do every day is find out who died yesterday, and then we've got stuff about them. That's a thing, maybe. I don't know. It's to be discussed. But I'm just saying it out loud at 11:08 a.m. on July 29th on episode 132 of Writer Radio. You need sort of a niche or niche, as people say, as the French would say. Niche. I've got mail. I bet I've got mail is one of my friends that I'm talking to saying, noted, got it, good idea, or it's already been done, or it's stupid, or something. But I can't look that way because I'm using my head to block the air conditioner today because the noise from it is driving me crazy. So I can't look at my screen or my phone while I talk. All right. What's on my screen? Ryan Sandberg. All right, let's do Ryan Sandberg, I guess. All right. I gotta shut the song off. Shut up. Podcast theme 01.1, whatever that is. Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Fame second baseman who became one of baseball's best all-around players while starring for the Cubs, has died. He was 65. That sucks. I'm not going to call Ryan Sandberg one of my heroes, but I really, really liked him. And it's not just because a girl I liked in high school really liked him and was a Cubs fan, and it's not that. I'm not picturing her at all while thinking about Ryan Sandberg. No, it's not about her. It's not about her having his jersey and me liking him anyway, but then liking him more because of it's not that. It's that he's. When I think about baseball, I think about, for me, it's. I grew up playing in the league that my kids now play in, and I live nowhere near it now. Not nowhere near it, but it's a half-hour drive every time we go to a game, which is every day. Until yesterday. Now we're done. For a month. But to me, baseball is, as a kid, it's baseball cards. It's the store Bases Loaded, which is owned by the Czak family. which when I first really, really cared about baseball was in the plaza at Kelly Park off of French Road in Cheektowaga. They had a little store there. It might be where the liquor store is now. It was near Roz's Pizza and Wilson Farms, which is now 7-Eleven. But there's a park off of French Road in Cheektowaga where there was one baseball diamond, a playground, basketball courts. I grew up playing basketball there. Tennis courts. I had nothing to do with those. Maybe we played like hockey in there at some point, but when the nets were down during the winter or something. But there's this, it's like a little strip mall thing. But it features Roz's Pizza, which is fantastic. Shout out to Roz's. Wilson Farms, which was always helpful. And Bases Loaded was in there. That's the first place that I went to. I don't think it was even cards at that point. I think I was trying to find, at that place, you could get individual stickers for those sticker books you used to be able to get for baseball, hockey, football. I'm sure there was a basketball one. I did not have that. But they had these sticker books. The sticker book cost $0.25. The packs cost $0.25. But unless you spent $1 million on the stickers, you just weren't going to get them all. But they had individual ones you could go in and buy for 10 cents a piece or 5 cents, whatever it was. I don't even know. But they had them in boxes, and that was cool. And they also sold Major League Baseball hats. And that's the place where I bought my first MLB hat, which was a Red Sox hat because it had a B on it, and my name starts with B. Like, how did I become a Red Sox fan at some point in my life? In part because my name starts with B, and their hat has a B on it. Like, that was a thing. So that was the place where I bought that. My overall point here is that when I think of baseball, I think of French Road in Cheektowaga, which is why I keep going back there. It's so stupid, but it's like Field of Dreams-ish in that baseball is, it's magical and mystical, ethereal. Like there's just a thing to it, and to me, baseball is over there. Field of Dreams, Sandlot, all that stuff. The reason I'm stuck doing what I do with baseball, I think, all ties to this: is that my love of baseball is connected to friggin' French Road in Cheektowaga. So that's where Bases Loaded was. Bases Loaded eventually moved down French Road. That's where I had fantasy baseball, not even fantasy, rotisserie baseball drafts there. That's the league where we had psycho players. The league broke up over a dispute between whether Roy Oswalt was a reliever or a starter. That league ended because of that. But that happened on French Road in Cheektowaga. I'm just realizing now all of my connections to that little stretch. Right across from where Bases Loaded was is how I get into Josh's house. Josh lives there. My buddy Josh. We still play baseball in Cheektowaga. If there's one reason we still play there, I'm now realizing there are 75 reasons that we still play there, but like the people we go to hang out with, it's like Josh and Meg and his kids, and our kids are the same age, and they are like all good friends, and they're the best. And they live right across from where Bases Loaded was, which is where the place moved after it was in that little plaza by Kelly Park, where I also played games. And now they live there. So it's all right there. And then the Diamonds are off of French Road in Cheektowaga too. That's where the games are. But I'm connected to all of it. And then if you go further up, there's Southline Fire Company. There's a fire hall. But right before that, there's a street called Pheasant. And I just recently saw we have players in our league on that street. That's where that's baseball to me. It's crazy. But it's my polo grounds. Whatever. That's old school baseball to me, is that area of that town. It's so dumb. I told you I had nothing today, and that's why this is like free-flowing, free-form, what's in Brad's brain. You don't want to be here on a daily basis. Once in a while we can do this, but you don't want this all the time. But I'm just realizing my love of baseball is tied to like that stretch of Cheektowaga. I grew up in West Seneca, but all my friends lived in Cheektowaga right on that little stretch. So like Kelly Park and Lawson Park and the Fire Hall. There's a street right near the Fire Hall. That's where this girl lived that loved Ryan Sandberg. And I didn't even know her that well. I just liked her. She was cute. But I had a greater appreciation for the Cubs and her, or excuse me, the Cubs and him because of her. Like, I already liked him. I've drafted him on numerous fantasy teams. He's been on a zillion of my online Stratomatic 365 teams. Nobody knows what I'm talking about there, but that's just the baseball nerd coming out loud. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I like baseball and numbers. I'm a loser. I'm an absolute baseball nerd. I don't follow the majors like I used to, but I just, you know what I liked when I was a kid? I liked baseball and graph paper. Like, I liked numbers and very symmetrical things. And if Microsoft Excel existed when I was 6 or 8, probably not 6. Once I discovered Dwight Gooden. Gooden is 80. He's a rookie in 84 when I'm 9. 85, I watched every game he pitched, which is the best season anyone's ever had in baseball in my lifetime. But I liked tracking stuff. I liked printing things. I liked micro league baseball. I had friends over to draft micro league baseball teams. No one knows what I'm talking about. I'm just expressing how baseball and math and being a nerd and Cheektowaga all tie together for me. And then we bring Ryan Sandberg into this. Like, Ryan Sandberg dying at age 65 is bringing up all of this stuff in my head. I know I sound like a crazy person right now, and I apologize for that. And if you're tuning out because Brad's just crazy today, that's fine. I came into the show, like, I didn't want to do a show today. I didn't want to play softball yesterday, and it was the best. I didn't want to do a show today, and it's cathartic. Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Fame second baseman, who became one of baseball's best all-around players while starring for the Cubs, has died. He was 65. Sandberg was surrounded by his family when he died at his home Monday, according to the team. Sandberg announced in January 2024 that he had been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. He had chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and then said in August 2024 he was cancer-free. Posted on Instagram on December 10th that his cancer had returned and spread to other organs. He announced this month he was still fighting while, quote, looking forward to making the most of every day with my loving family and friends. This is tough for me because he's not my favorite player. But he's one of my favorite players from my favorite era of baseball, which is, you know, when I'm 12. Like, I care so much about that. And this is, again, back to like the French Road thing. I went to Bases Loaded. I played at Southline. We played at Southline Fire Hall. That girl that loved Ryan Sandberg lived right near Southline Fire Hall. I bought my hat there. I got my cards there. I got my stickers there. I got Slurpees there. Dairy Queen was there. We were sponsored by Dairy Queen. Like, all of it was like, right. It's all right there. So when I think of Ryan Sandberg, I think of French Road and Cheektowaga and baseball, and I'm 12, and it's a thing. Like, it's a thing. I'm not going to get too caught up in it. I don't pretend to know him. He might have been a horrible person. He might have been a giant jerk. I don't know. I just know that he's a part of baseball when I'm 12. And he's a Hall of Famer, and I thought he was a Hall of Famer, and I was watching him, and I was right. And that's cool. And I can't believe Dwight Gooden's not in there. And also, Dwight Gooden hasn't written back to me. You know what? This might be the in for Dwight Gooden. I bet he knows Rhino. New Rhino. If I text him again today and say, hey, Doc, I texted you a week and a half ago. You didn't answer. But Ryan Sandberg, would you like to come on and talk about Ryan Sandberg? I bet he would. Ooh, this is something. Thank you, Tim Graham, for Dwight Gooden's phone number. This all might come together. I know I'm rambling. I know I sound like I'm crazy right now. I've played 3. I've been talking since 10 o'clock, and I played 3 songs, and that's it. Much of this is because I've got my head turned. The show is different today because I'm looking at the wall instead of the clock and the phone and stuff. All right, back to Sandberg. And this part I am reading off of a screen. Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts said Sandberg, quote, will be remembered as one of the all-time greats in nearly 150 years of this historic franchise. His dedication to and respect for the game, along with his unrelenting integrity, grit, hustle, and competitive fire were hallmarks of his career. Sandberg was born and raised in Spokane, Washington. He was selected out of high school by Philly in the 20th round of the 1978 amateur draft. I'm going to interrupt this portion of the show to say that tomorrow, speaking of Philly, we'll have John Fuller on. He's our Philly correspondent. We'll have Bob Gaughan on, and I'm planning to speak with Bulls head coach Pete Lembo tomorrow afternoon, and so he'll be on Friday. No, Thursday. Sorry. This is happening Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Got it. But tomorrow will be guest-centric. Today is Brad rambling about being old, sore, and sad. Tomorrow's like a regular show again. Sandberg made his Major League debut in 81. He went 1 for 6 in 13 games with the Phillies. In January 82, he was traded to Chicago with Larry Boa for veteran infielder Ivan DeJesus. I remember all these people. Turned into one of the most lopsided deals in baseball history. Yeah, that is terrible. If Boa went the other way, that'd be okay, but he didn't. Boa was a good player. All right, this only goes out to people exactly my age. What do you picture when you picture Larry Boa? Larry Boa is, to me, the first person who came up with covering your mouth to say things. Like every NFL coach does, like every NBA player does in post-game interviews. Larry Boa used his glove to cover his face to say things to people. That's what I remember about Larry Boa. At some point, I want to look that up and see if I'm even right. I might have made that up in my head. But when I think of Larry Boa, I picture him with his glove over his face, making large gestures with his mouth, but only for people who could see around the glove. All right, Sandberg hit .285 with 282 homers, 1,061 RBI, 344 steals in 15 years with Chicago. He made 10 All-Star teams. He won the Home Run Derby in 1990 and took home 9 Gold Gloves. Rob Manfred, MLB commissioner, says Ryan Sandberg was a legend of the Cubs franchise and a beloved figure throughout Major League Baseball. He was a 5-tool player who excelled in every facet of the game thanks to his power, speed, and work ethic. Even with Sandberg's stellar play, the Cubs made just 2 postseason appearances while he was in Chicago. Okay, that's kind of a BS thing. I mean, it's not, because that's what baseball was, and I loved that it was getting into the playoffs was an exclusive thing. 4 teams got in. That's it. There were 4 divisions, 2 leagues. AL East, AL West play each other. NL East, NL West play each other. Okay, World Series, done. 4 teams got in. So that's why Ryan Sandberg didn't play a lot of playoff games. It's why Bernie Williams holds playoff records. Bernie Williams was awesome. But he got to play in 10 times the number of playoff games that he would have if the rules were the same back then. And this is no knock on Bernie Williams. I don't know why he's the one that came to mind, but I'm guessing he's the who hit the most career home runs in playoff history. Let's see. I think it's going to be, if it's not Bernie Williams, it's someone like Bernie Williams. Hold on. All right. Most MLB playoff home run. Manny Ramirez. Perfect. Fine. Him. Same thing. Manny Ramirez, instead of hitting 29 home runs and playing in 11 postseasons, would have played in 6 postseasons. Guardians, he never played for the Guardians. That's not a team. Red Sox, Dodgers. Indians, Red Sox, Dodgers. All right, Kyle, you know that you're on the radio?
I am well aware, sir.
Right,
Good morning.
Cool. That's cool. Hi, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great. Feeling a little sore from head to toe here today, but
head to toe and especially shoulder.
Yeah. The left shoulder is a little rough, and that might be confusing because I throw with my right arm. So you might be asking, why is my left shoulder hurting? Huh?
Well, we talked about this already. I already talked about it, and I said I would like to have Kyle call in at some point. So if you didn't hear that, that's fine. But I talked about what you did. Were you in foul? Here's what I want to. Well, I guess let's start over in case somebody jumped in late. But what I want to know is, I talked to you afterward to ask if you caught the ball. You said no. But was that in foul or fair territory is something else I want to know. You tell the story, but those are the questions I want answered.
Fair territory. Ball came hot off the bat. I'm backing up, and I'm thinking I got way more room behind me to get to the fence. And next thing you know, ball comes in, hits my glove, and I hit the fence. Ball hits the ground. I get up, throw the ball in, and look at my arm. My sleeve's ripped, and I got a gash. I don't know, probably 3 to 4 inches wide or long, about a half an inch wide. And people are telling me I need to go get stitches and tetanus shot, and it was a scene, I would say.
It was gross, but you just kept playing, and that was in game 1, I believe, and we played 2 games, 9 innings long. We played 18 innings of softball last night. I can't believe that most of us survived it, specifically me. I think...
You were great.
I wasn't great. I was fine. I think that I was the oldest guy there. Until maybe Scott Farrell's older than me, and he played a couple innings. But as far as people who played 18 innings, I think I might have been the oldest player by 10 years.
I think that's fair. I think that's accurate, yeah.
Okay.
And that's impressive when you actually think about that, huh?
Well, I don't know about impressive or sad. There's a word to describe it. There are several words to describe it. Dude, I don't know if have you been listening and you're calling in to talk about a specific thing, or are you just calling because you felt like calling?
Well, I'm calling because our friend Josh asked if you were going to have him call in today.
Oh,
and,
cool.
I was on the phone working on some things and hung up, and I said I'll call in, and always happy to be a guest on your show, Brad.
All right. Well, here's where I was in the conversation right before you called. I'm realizing now, like I love baseball. You know that. I love baseball.
Yes,
I love Major League Baseball. I love Little League Baseball, and I realized in talking about the death of Ryne Sandberg how much of my love of baseball is connected to French Road in Cheektowaga. And it's stupid, but it's real. Like, I feel strongly when I think of baseball, everything comes back to there, because Bases Loaded was the store right by Kelly Park where I bought my first Red Sox hat, which I bought because it had a B on it, because my name starts with B. I wanted that, and it was very expensive. It was probably $16 at the time. It's the place where I went to fill out my sticker collection for my sticker books that cost $0.25, and the packages cost $0.25. But how are you ever going to fill out the book if you don't get sticker number 67 and sticker number 88 and sticker number 194? The only way to do it was to go give a nickel to the people at Bases Loaded. They then moved over to the location that's now like a weed place or something, like a hookah shop, but that's where that was. That's the place where we used to have rotisserie baseball drafts, not fantasy, but rotisserie. The league broke up when somebody was mad that Roy Oswalt was a reliever instead of a starter, or vice versa. We had like 20 people in it. People got mad. It was terrible, but that's where we used to draft. That is also the place where when I see that, I know to turn right to go to Josh's house, because they're our baseball friends. Like, you're my baseball friend. All of it connects there. Our Little League, Southline, is right off of French Road. Dairy Queen, we used to go all the time when I was a kid. We were sponsored by Dairy Queen. That was on French Road. French Pub has always been a sponsor. We always go to French Pub. That's on French Road. Like, that is the heart of baseball. And then when I think of Ryne Sandberg, I think about this girl that I thought was cute in high school who loved Ryne Sandberg. And when I think of him, I think of her. I liked him more because she was cute. She lived off of French Road. All of it is connected to that. And that's been the whole show today, is me talking about baseball and French Road and then worrying about your the gash on your arm. So I'm glad you called.
Hey, so speaking of French Road, and I'm not gonna have the name off the top of my head here, but if you're as familiar with French Road as I am, there was an ice cream store. Was it Chubby's on the corner of French and Borden?
Yeah, it got replaced by AutoZone. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember two things from that Chubby's. I remember the Pac-Man arcade game, and I remember always getting bubblegum ice cream. And the thought of bubblegum ice cream as a 38-year-old, somewhat adult, I don't think I could do it. But looking back, I mean, the novelty of those frozen chiclets in the gum, it was the best thing ever.
I think it's
9-year-old.
Yeah. My son, Nate, my kids, Nate is obsessed with the worst possible choices for ice cream. And yesterday we had at the softball thing, there was the what's the place called? Big Papa's ice cream truck?
Big Papa's Creamery.
Big Papa's Creamery was there, yeah. So they were there.
They have a location in Lancaster, a brick and mortar that recently opened up. And I'll tell you this, and maybe I shouldn't be giving Cole's insider secrets, but he's sales at the food truck yesterday on our ground at Southline beat the brick and mortar. I can't remember exactly how much, but he was very happy to join us there yesterday.
Well, we brought 1,000 kids out to not watch us play, to just run around and do stupid kid stuff. But Nate yesterday had ice cream from there, and I looked, and he always gets stuff with chunks of crap in it, and I just don't understand. Like creamery, doesn't that sound soft and smooth? Creamery, like that sounds great. Peanut butter is a nice addition, caramel is a nice addition, a fudge, whatever, marshmallow, anything like that. We go to that place on Broadway. He gets like gummy bears and crap. And like, why would you put the gummy anything? He gets like the shark thing. The ice cream's blue. It's cotton candy plus gum plus. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you freeze gummy bears? Why would you freeze gummy worms? It's stupid. It gets rid of the texture. It ruins everything. I think it's stupid, but you liked it. He likes it. He yesterday had something like, what's that, gummy or what? Not cotton. I asked if it was bubble gum, and he's like, no, cotton candy. I'm like, yeah, that's stupid too. So they make stupid flavors, but kids like it and whatever. Ryan Sandberg. Green Acres. That's the place.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you like that place?
I do. That's I think that's our go-to over any other, ice cream spot in the Southline district, we'll call it.
Yeah.
You get the seating area off to the side. There's the wagon that the kids like to play on. And then, there's a really cool viewing area, the mini golf area behind that you can sit and eat your ice cream. It's just it's a really cool venue. They do a great job there.
Okay. What's the problem, though? What makes my wife hate Green Acres? Do you have a guess?
Broadway. Yes, Broadway.
No.
No?
No.
Huh. What makes your wife hate Green Acres?
The parking lot.
I don't think
The parking lot, you can park far away, you're fine. You can park really close, you're fine. But generally, I park in between, and it is on an angle to the point where you open the door and you fall out of the car. Or you try to open the door and you can't open the door because it's going up a hill. That part of it sucks. It's on me. I just realized this recently. She hates that place. I love that place. The kids love that place. My wife hates that place. And it's completely because I always park on that, like the angled part, which is like the main part of the lot. It's angled, but seriously, you open the door and fall right out of the van. That sucks. Or you can't open the door because you're going uphill. So all I have to do is park better, and she'll be fine with it. But that is that part is a disaster.
Well, or you open the door and your kid opens the door and you're on the hill, and then next thing you know, there's a dent in the car next to you. That hasn't actually happened to us. Right? Just disclaimer that wasn't us, but certainly could. And my gripe is Broadway, because when the kids are running around, that's a busy, fast street. The last thing you want is someone to go off the road, right? And that's my fear of Green Acres.
Right? Yeah. I'm with you on that. That we've had that problem too, because my kids are insane and they're always hanging out with other kids who are insane, and they're just running circles. And it's like you're 4 feet from Broadway, where people are driving, 50 and a 35. like at normal pace. That's so yeah. I don't like that part. But the food is great. The options are great. They'll do any. It's like they have a million things listed. And if you have another idea, just let us know. Like that's a really good place. I like that place. Let's talk about the gash on your arm. So you ripped yourself open.
Yep.
I won't say diving, just running full speed into a fence trying to catch a ball. And not catching it. You got the ball in quickly. That was like it wasn't a disaster at the time, but then you came in. Eventually, I'm watching. Although you had been treated by, I don't know, we didn't have medics, but we had people. I started.
A bunch of trained nurses, though. A bunch of trained nurses were there. So
trained nurses,
that helps.
Plus Carol, who's very, very concerned about sepsis. I started comparing your arm and your shirt to Curt Schilling's sock in the World Series in 04, or not 04, 08, 04? I don't know, whatever it was.
I think 04.
04, I think it's 04. I started comparing it to that because that's what it looked like. Your shirt was ripped, the blood was growing, but you were treated fine. You played the whole night, and then you politely texted me to say, please tell your wife that I'm at urgent care, and they diagnosed you with nothing?
No, nothing at all. I just want to comment on, what people's opinions were, right? You've got a lot of the moms who are all saying, hey, you got to go get stitches. That's really, really bad. And I'm like, it's a flesh wound, right? It's but a flesh wound, and it's fine. It's only bleeding here still because I haven't stopped moving. And if I get something on here and put a little pressure on, the blood's going to stop and it's going to heal. Scab over, it's going to be good.
No big deal.
But the main concern was I haven't had a tetanus shot in over 10 years, and it's a baseball field fence, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. And after talking to one of our long-standing members of Southline, she and my wife finally convinced me that it was the right thing to do. We went to urgent care. Despite what I said before the game, no one's going to urgent care tonight, and then I ended up...
Did you say that?
Oh yeah. We had, when everyone signed a waiver, I said, we're just doing this. No one's going to be at urgent care tonight. But yeah, then... 11 o'clock at night, there we are, and that's how it goes.
Okay, this is a question. Was there actually a waiver? I thought that was completely a joke. I was like off to the side trying to put the music on, and I heard about waiver. Everybody signed the waiver. Whatever. I thought you were kidding. Was there actually a waiver?
Oh, there was actually a waiver, and I don't know how many signatures were on there, but we had 45 plus adults playing softball, and now there's probably 44 signatures if you didn't get to it.
Right. No, I honestly, Kyle, I thought you were making a very funny joke. It was like, all right, everybody sign the waiver. Let's go. There was a waiver. All right. Who drew that up? We don't have a lawyer, do we?
No, but that was Amy. Amy, she said, hey, have we thought about a waiver? And I said, well, I thought about it. She's like, I'll print one. I'll bring it. And it's not going to be anything fancy, but everyone signed it. And
wow,
the Southline can't be liable for my injury.
Except me. I didn't sign it. All right, yeah. I'm very sore, and I'm suing you. No, honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised by how well I'm functioning today after that, because it's not just I didn't play softball for 10 years. It's I didn't play softball for 10 years, and then I played 18 innings of softball. What was that? Why did we do that? Why did we play for the whole night? Whose idea? Is this you?
This might have been my idea, and there might have been some other voices in the idea. But here's the thing, right, Brad? When you and I do something, we do it right, and we knock it out of the park. I think, right? Since we've started here at Southline, I think we have a collective good vision on what we want to do.
Yes.
And sometimes we push people to the limits, but when you want to get the best out of somebody, you gotta push them to the limits, right?
I guess. Should we promote how awesome our league is? Because let's talk about where it is now compared to where it was. We have on our property, there's 4 diamonds. When we stepped into our roles, 3 of them were in use, all of which flooded constantly. If it rained, we're out of commission for a couple days, for sure. Or 7 people have to work all day just to make a game happen. Since then, we have renovated all 4 diamonds, including reviving the full-size 90-foot diamond that didn't. It was just grown over, and we were told it would cost. I was told it would cost $180,000 just to get it playable. I think we probably spent $3 all in, probably $3,000, not $180,000, but $185,000 under budget on that. We have renovated, and thanks to Great Lakes, what's the official name of the business? John Horning's business, because they're awesome.
Great Lakes Athletic Fields.
Great Lakes Athletic Fields helped us. We consulted with them. They're great. We did our first diamond, fixed. Then I was like, okay, you did that. We need you to do all the rest of them. So they've done all the rest of them. This is just in the last year and a half, really.
Year. It was last fall that they
honestly,
finished
less
up.
than a year.
One.
Yeah, less than a year. Yeah. Okay. So we've had them do everything. We did our own thing on the big diamond that we've brought back to life. We've fixed lights that we were told would cost, again, I don't know why that 180 number is there, but it was going to cost $180,000 to make the lights work. Not really. We can do it for $6 or whatever. We've done all the stuff. So we've got working scoreboards and lights and diamonds, and the water runs off like it's supposed to, and we don't get crippled. And we have had, I don't know, we were probably in the 350-ish range of players for a regular season a couple years ago. And now we're at, 420 is kind of a normal number. We're going to have almost 400 for fall this year, and we think we can probably have 500 next year. We've got a zillion travel programs, and they're all doing super well. We're going to trim it and shape it and fix it, but I'm happy to have you on, Kyle, because I always talk about this thing in a vague manner, but to have somebody else on to confirm, we're kind of kicking ass is nice.
Yes,
it's not just me rambling about what we're doing with Little League Baseball. We're not the, 1,600 kid league that can field 3 teams at every travel level yet. We're just a little club in Cheektowaga where we're hanging out and having fun and having softball games and sending our president to the emergency room. Not emergency room, urgent care. But we're doing something super right, and I'm happy to have this conversation with you about it, because it's, when I talk to you about it, it's like, hey, we did it. When I talk by myself, it's like I'm bragging, and I'm not trying to brag. It's just this can be done. It's very rewarding, despite my soreness and your wound.
Yep, and listen, man, it all goes out to the 25 board members that we have behind the scenes making it all function, right? We've got 25 board members. Then on top of that, there's probably another 50 families who love everything that we do all the time. Maybe that number is higher, but you know what I mean, right? We've got our Southline family, and that's what it is, man. It's you step into Southline, you want your kid to play there until they can't play there anymore. And we're just trying to give that league to the community, right? We're trying to have these 3-year-old T-ballers come in and fall in love with Southline the way that you and I did when we started, and play as long as they can. And to me, it's a disservice to not have that 90-foot diamond, right? You're not giving them something to look forward to. But now, I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens.
We have 3. It doesn't sound huge to other people, but we had no full-size diamond a year ago. And now we have 30 kids playing fall 15U baseball on a full-size diamond. That's what we've done in the last year. We converted it to from nothing to we need 3 coaches because we've got 30 kids, which is awesome. I've got messages coming in about Southline. Southline has changed in the last 5 years we've been there for the better. Glad to be a part of this organization. And then there's a little baseball, and there's a little shamrock. That's cool. And then the next one, congratulations. Great to see Southline thriving. My favorite league to play in growing up, from Big Dave, who I think I know who Dave is. I think I played baseball with Dave because he's got 74 in his name, and so he's my age for sure. And I'm pretty sure I know who that guy is. So, that's a guy I played with, and I don't know. I'm super proud and humbled at the same time about all of it. And this thing, Ryan Sandberg dying, tied it together where I'm just baseball to me is French Road and Cheektowaga. And that's my Sandlot. And that's my Field of Dreams. And that's whatever. And getting it not just back to what it was, but making it better than it was is just awesome. It's an achievement that I'm proud of, and I'm so happy you're on so that I can talk with you instead of I can't just talk about how good I am and how cool I am. And it sounds like that if there's not somebody else there. And Kyle's the president. I'm just a little VP guy. But
Hey,
we have worked together for several years.
Together.
Yeah, for several years we've worked together to improve the life of Little League baseball in the area, and I don't know, I love it, and I hope your arm's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm good. My mom actually texted me a little bit ago and asked how I was doing. I said a little sore, but I'm alive. You know what I mean? And that's it. And I want to read a message here that I got from one of our coaches last night, if that's okay, Brad.
Yeah, please.
And this is, one of probably 5 or 6 coaches that reached out to me telling me about what a great experience it was. This, that was I'm not going to say who it was, but here it is. That was probably the most fun I've had personally in years. Can't thank you enough for coming to Southline and making it what it is becoming. Hands down, the best house organization in Western New York.
Oh, yeah.
Adding softball can really do wonders for the league. I got to play baseball with my players watching. Honestly, the best night, bro. Thanks, Kyle.
They weren't watching. They were playing Gaga ball or whatever that is over in that pit that we had going on. There were a ton of kids there. It was awesome. Can you give me a hint who that was? You don't have to say the person's name. How do I know who that is?
He may be a coach that you're fairly close to, and he may be a coach of one of your children at the travel level.
Oh, I like that guy.
You like both of those guys, right? You like both of those guys. I'm not going to tell you which one. His name might be initials, though.
Yeah, he hit 2 home runs yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Did you see the one that I hit to left that almost went out? Okay.
I did not. No,
Damn it.
I did not see that.
So my first 4, we played 18 friggin' innings of baseball, but we had 18 people in the lineup. So I probably batted 7 or 8 times. Yep. But it took until my second to last at bat to really rip into one. And I hit it, and I thought, that might be gone. And then I thought, if it's not gone, I stopped. I don't watch the ball because I'm a baseball player. I thought, if it's not gone, it's beyond the outfielder. It's going to fall in. It's a double for sure. And then as I'm kind of hitting first and rounding it, I hear kind of cheers and, and it was caught. And I just want to know if, I wish we were on Game Changer or something so there was video so that I would know, would the ball have cleared the fence had it not been caught? My guess is no. I think I probably hit the fence on the fly is probably how I hit the ball. But there's no answer to that.
So a similar hit to the one that put me in urgent care yesterday, right?
Yes. Yeah, very similar, but to the left instead of right.
Well, here's what we'll do. I can pull up the footage from the camera that's on the back of the snack stand. Oh, my God, we do have
cameras. Oh, no.
It may very well cover that corner. As long as you give me a window, a time frame, I can go look. Yeah, and we can see. Do you remember who caught it?
No. Oh, yeah, that kid, that child in the red. Whoever that kid was that ruined everything. Those children.
That's our 15U Nationals coach.
Who's that? What's his name? First
Johnny
name.
Redmond.
Oh, it was Redmond? All right. Well, yeah, that kid. No, he didn't ruin everything. I'm just saying I'm 50 and everybody's...
He hit the ball on a ground ball. He hit a ground ball to short, and he was on third by the time the shortstop fielded the ball.
Yeah, I've been out of the game for out of the softball game for 10 years, and I'm 50, and I still know how to play it. But Jesus, there's nothing I can do about him or the 2 brothers that were there that are travel softball players, whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Those are the championship winning Braves coaches, those ones in matching jerseys. You know that, right?
One, I recognize one. I didn't recognize the other. But whatever. Ryan, I knew. I didn't know the other. It doesn't matter. They were super cool, but it's wow. I'm coming out to play old guy sports, and these guys are there, and they're closer to being Nate than they are to being me, and Nate is 11. They're closer to him. And it's, okay. And they were cool. They were cool, especially once I said, hey, you can't pitch. Go play the outfield. You can run. Don't make me go out there. This sucks.
They were way cooler when they were on our team than when we had to play against them. I'll say that.
Yes, but the kid in the red shirt is the one that caught my almost sort of kind of home run thing. So I don't know. A lot of power. And I will say this too. If the kids were paying attention, this was proof to them that we know what we're doing. We're old. We're some of us are a little fatter than we used to be. Some of us, our knees aren't the same as they used to be. Our feet aren't the same. Our brains are, though, and we know the game. And I loved playing with people who understood, because, again, I haven't played in 10 years, but playing with adults, the only people who still play baseball and softball at age 50, 40, 30 are people who grew up and know the game. So everyone backs up everyone. Everyone runs where they're supposed to go. All of it is correct. And it was so pleasant to not have to tell anyone anything because we all know the game and we all speak the language. And it was awesome. So while I was on my way to the place, I hated going there. I didn't want to leave, man. It was awesome. Aside from being super sore and you needing a tetanus shot, we had to get out of there. But it was awesome. And, you're like, we should do this. We should start a league. Like, no, we should do that. No, but I do think we should, as a league, make this a thing for Memorial Day. Because Memorial Day, we do a parade that goes from Lawson Park to our Diamonds. And this is like a very personal show. And if you hate Little League Baseball or don't care about my life, then don't listen anymore. This is what I'm doing. It's my show. We, as a league, should make that a thing because we do this parade that goes for, we walk for like a mile or so. And then it ends and nothing happens. We eat a hot dog. Or we don't even have hot dogs. We have chips. You eat chips and have a can of pop and you leave. We should make that a softball game. So you can come in and stay for it or just leave if you want. But we should have a destination. So we should do twice because we should do that and we should do exactly what we did last night because that was awesome. But I think we're onto something here, Kyle.
I couldn't agree more, Brad. I couldn't agree more, man. I appreciate you taking this call here, getting me on the air for holy cow. Wow, we've been talking for 26 minutes. Is that a surprise?
Well, we could do a whole show. This is what we do at night. I've been talking for 2 hours and literally came here with nothing to start. I'm going to read some messages. I'm keeping you on until we end the show. So hold on for a minute. I'm going to read some messages here. Spent so much money at Bases Loaded growing up. Many, many bike rides over there to get whatever I could afford. Hit my first home run at that Kelly Park Diamond. Yep. Just couldn't get into Stratomatic baseball. Played a different sim baseball game. Dave, what game did you play? What was the other one? What? I know that. Did you play Stratomatic? Probably not.
I did not play Stratomatic, but when I was in high school, I don't know, probably so like 2003-ish.
Yeah.
There was a card game it's called MLB Showdown.
Okay.
And it's not the same thing as Stratomatic. You had to buy the packs of cards, and then you would get the players. There was the holographic foil ones that were like the better ones, and then you make a lineup. And no, I never did Stratomatic.
So it's a combination of Strat plus the card industry. That makes sense. I still have my Strat cards from, I don't know, like 86 or 87 or something like that. They're awesome. And I play it online. I haven't in a year or two, but it's the best playing it online. I like go ahead.
My friend Chris Winkler, he was into Stratomatic baseball, and I think he is actually now the director of communications for the Atlanta Football Club.
Yeah, that's something.
But Stratomatic, that was when I was introduced to it, probably like 6th or 7th grade, but I never played it myself. Sorry.
I cannot think of there was a rival to Stratomatic. I can't think of what it was, but then Pursue the Pennant came out, and I have that. I don't know why I have that. I think my guess is I got it from Mike Sullivan, who is like a East Aurora softball guy, and a Fisher Price guy, and was awesome. Like back in school. All right, Southline chain. What just happened? I had 17 different messages that all disappeared. I was about to read this whole list and they're gone.
Where is that? Is it like a text
APBA?
Thing, or is that...
APBA. There it is. That was the other one. Thank you, Dave. APBA was the rival of Stratomatic. And then Pursue the Pennant came in, and I have that one. That one you play, like you put the field up in the box, and they have different cardboard walls you put up. So like there's a giant thing in left in Fenway, and there's Ivy. I don't know what just happened. I had a bunch of things I was about to read that vanished on me in the chat. It doesn't matter. I have to end the show anyway. Kyle, what's your favorite band?
My favorite band?
Yeah.
Shoot, man, I don't know. That's a tough one. I've got several. I mean, I grew. I don't know. Brand New is up there. Tragically Hip is up there.
All right.
Really like
different idea. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. What I'm going to do, because I was gonna, before you called, I was going to do this thing. I'm looking for different music to play on the show, and I've got this folder. It's like BKR files. That's me, and then audio, and there's a thing called Zach MP3. And then there's a folder in that called Summer 2019. So this is 6 years ago. Zach is now 13. So this is when Zach was 7. And these are the songs in the folder. And you're going to pick one. I'm going to read all of them, and you're going to pick one, and that's going to be the song that ends the show. Does that sound fair?
Sounds more than fair.
All right. Here are the songs in the folder called Zach Summer 2019. My Music at Work by The Hip. One More Time by Joe Jackson. Troublemaker by Weezer. Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. If You're Wondering If I Want You To, I Want You To by Weezer. You're Not the Ocean by The Hip. 789 by Bare Naked Ladies. High School Lover by Cayucas. 24 Frames by Jason Isbell. California Stars by Billy Bragg and Wilco. New Orleans is Sinking by Tragically Hip. There's a lot more. I'm going to keep going. There's
okay.
That's
well, you had me. You had me at Music at Work, but you just got me at New Orleans is Sinking.
Okay. Pork and Beans by Weezer. You May Be Right by Billy Joel. Flying Over Water by Jason Isbell. Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. The Good Life by Weezer. Something More Than Free by Jason Isbell. 50 Mission Cap, Tragically Hip. Something Called Allergies by Bare Naked Ladies. Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Africa, the cover by Weezer, which I can't believe is already 6 years old. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Big Shot by Billy Joel. Vacation by something called GRL. I know what that is. I'm on vacation. It sucks. Center Field by John Fogerty.
Okay, so that was my gut. My gut when you even started this, go with Center Field by John Fogerty because of this whole conversation today. Right. It's the most fitting way to end the show. That's my personal opinion.
There's a song called Right Field Fence cutting into Kyle's arm. I would play that, but Center Field is the closest we have. Going, Gone. Pretty good. Maddie Poppy. The main menu theme from Mario Brothers for Wii is on here. There's another version of Old Town Road. There's another Mario Brothers. There's Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. There's Gold on the Ceiling by Black Keys. There's another Mario Brothers thing. And then there's Blister in the Sun. So you're saying Center Field?
Oh, gosh. Blister in the Sun, too?
I can play two songs. It doesn't matter. It's 11:59. I can stay on as long as I want.
But Taylor Swift, Shake It Off.
That's good, too. Shake off your injury after diving into the fence. All right. So give me three. You want Shake It Off?
Shake It Off, Center Field, and Blister in the Sun.
Yeah, that's more than a blister. That's a cut. All right. Thanks, Kyle.
Hey, thank you, Brad. Have a great rest of your afternoon when you get there, and I'll be here if you need me. Feel free to give me a buzz after.
Tune in and listen to your songs. Shake It Off, and then Shake It Off something, and then Blister in the Sun. Shake It Off. Oh, Center Field. Got it. All right. Bye.
Shake It Off, Center Field, Blister in the Sun. Bye, Brad. Thank you.
Right, see ya. That's the end of episode 132. Thanks, Kyle. I gotta plug this to that. I screwed that up. All right, hold on. I'm trying something. See what happens. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, all right. Dad.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I hear you.
I'm still live. I extended the show just for this.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, right. I want to apologize for yesterday because it ended up being a super cool thing, and I told you not to go to it because I was mad that I was going to it. I didn't want to go. Like, I want this to be totally clear. So here's what happened. I'm going to explain to other people, and then we'll talk. But I didn't want to go to the thing yesterday, the softball thing. I didn't want to play. I didn't want to go. I wanted nothing to do with it. And then you were coming, and Mom was coming, and you were treating it like the kids' games, which I like to go to because I like to watch them, and I want you to watch them. I don't like to be watched doing anything. I like like radio. You can listen to me. I perform when I'm talking into a microphone.
Did Kyle's mother come to the game?
I don't know. I don't know if Kyle has a mother. You might be insulting Kyle. She might have been murdered. You don't know that. That's a terrible question to ask. I don't know if Kyle has a mom. Kyle might have been born in a tube. I don't know.
He called concerned about his cut. So, yeah, she called him concerned about his cut, he said, when he was on the air.
All right.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, that's fine. But it was that message that you sent me that made me think I needed to talk to you on the show about this thing where I just was trying to – I honestly, my plan yesterday was to get there, set up the speakers, and then announce batters as they were coming up and play music and entertain people. That was my plan, and I didn't want you to come out for that because especially if you came out, then I would feel more pressure to go play in a game I didn't want to play in. Now, as it turns out, I was wrong, and it was fun to play, but I steered you away from it because I didn't want to play, and I didn't want you to influence me wanting to play. And I want you to understand that I wasn't trying to keep you away. I enjoy that you come to all of the games, but not to watch me. Watch the kids, not me. So I wanted to have this conversation live on the show to make sure that we're cool because I feel insulted. Not insulted. I feel insecure about you asking if Kyle's mom came because I don't know who Kyle's mom is. It doesn't matter. So I'm just making sure we're good. Are we good? Are we cool?
Well, I guess I'm okay. Your mother is still upset. She's in the bedroom crying right now, but she'll be on. I have a brilliant idea for next year.
You're gonna love year?
Yeah, for next year, the coaches game. I'm not going to announce it now.
Why not?
I'm going to talk to you quietly about it because...
What, you're going to do it on your podcast? What are you talking about?
No, I was going to call and talk to you quietly about it.
No, let's talk right now. What's the point of that? We extended the show so I could call you to apologize for telling you not to come to the thing that ended up being super cool that was a mile and a half from your house. Let's talk. What are we? First of all, I'll interrupt. You process, think about what you're going to say. I'm going to tell you right now, we have two messages. One says, Kyle's mom was there, and one is, hello, Mr. Writer, from Dave Selinsky.
Hello, Dave. I remember you well. Anyways, you talked about 2 games next year, 2 coaches' games, one Memorial Day,
right,
and one at the end of the season like this.
Yep.
I have a proposal.
All right, bring it.
It involves a school bus and a travel game because we'd never be able to accommodate all the cars in that very small parking lot.
Okay.
It involves Lockport, and you fill in the blanks. You fill in the blanks. How's that?
Oh, we're talking about Hartley Field. We're talking about George Davis, who will say yes to anything that I propose.
Yeah.
And it involves buses, and that is right. Oh, my God, yes.
You know, I just thought of that today. So you get all your good ideas from your father. I don't know if people are aware of that, but that's where it is.
All right. So you're not mad about yesterday, and you came up with a new idea. So we're good, right?
I'll get over it.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, Dad.
Goodbye.
All right, see ya. All right, that's my dad. We're done. I have to play a song. This song is 13 minutes long, and it's by... I've got mail? I got a text that says, your dad is a genius. That's right. Yeah, all right. We're going to... That's a great idea. That's a thing. So here's... all right, I have to stop. Not all of my ideas have to be into microphones. I'm going to play a 13-minute long Tool song. This show is going way too long. It's 12:15 right now. This show is going to grow the show. FYI. Massive, shift in everything. We're going to listen to the song Invincible by Tool. You've never heard it. I know this sounds crazy that this song is 12 minutes and 44 seconds long. It's amazing. You should listen to it. Please don't tune out. The live feed right now, I see 11 people listening. It should not drop. No one cut off during the song. It's long. It's unbelievable. It's rewarding. And everything that just happened on this show was unbelievable too. That was great. That show, I woke up today unable to move because of playing 18 friggin' hours or 18 friggin' innings of softball last night. I'm 50. I can't do that. But I did, and I can't move. And we did a show, and I thought it was going to be nothing, and it was everything. It was all about baseball. Thank you, Kyle, for calling in. That was awesome. Thanks, Dad, for answering the phone. Thank you, Maynard James Keenan, for putting together a band called Tool that did this 12-minute and 44-second song called Invincible. You're going to hear that for 13 minutes, and then the little outro of going to lunch. So go to lunch. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be action-packed with John Fuller and Bob Gaughan. And then later in the day, I'll talk to Pete Lembo, the UB football head coach, and that'll be on the next day's show. Listen to Tool. This is great. The song is great.
What are you doing for lunch? I don't know. I have a turkey sandwich. We're gonna go around the corner. I think you should come with us. This is a great place. Okay. We brought you a shirt.
You get out of here? Will you get out of here? Will you? Now, will you go to lunch? Go to lunch.
You've got mail.
Will you go to lunch?